Hi, guys. My name is Jessica Powers, Senior Vice President of Family First Life Aspire. And this is the Who Do You Aspire podcast. I've got with me today Dr. Edward Burns Jr. He has been with Family First Life for 90 days. In that 90 days, he has hired 24 licensed agents, has 11 agents writing business. In 60 days, his team was able to hit sales manager, which is over 50,000. He has got himself to an over $20,000 a month producer, and I'm very excited to get him on here, ask him some questions and figure out, what he's doing. That way, again, this is who do you aspire to be? So if this is somebody that you'd like to emulate, let's figure out what he's doing. Awesome. All right, Ed, thanks for getting on. I really appreciate it. And welcome.
Thank you so much, Jessica.
Perfect. So what I'd like to know, and I think everybody that's watching here would like to know is, what were you doing before Family First Life? That would be the big thing that I'd like to know first.
Wandering in the wilderness, to be honest with you. I was out there just doing a little bit of everything. I owned a janitorial company before, and I was actually in another IMO before I came to Family First Life, actually.
Okay, perfect. So now, given the fact that you've kind of been doing different things, with a different IMO, what were some of the biggest things that attracted you to Family First Life in general?
Independence, true independence. When I say that, it's like with IMO, sometimes you get boxed in and you think that you can go and do all these creative things on your own, and you cannot. But Family First Life truly gave me a true independence to be who I wanted to be, to build an agency where I wanted to build it, and to push forward as hard as I wanted to push forward.
Yeah, I think that's huge. I do hear that a lot, where it's like, I'm actually independent, right? Like you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. You have a lot of support to guide you through, but
Yes.
you really do have the independence where you don't have to hit certain quotas or have to be a certain level. And also, because you have the opportunity here to be a builder or a producer,
Right.
and or both, right?
Yeah.
You have so much opportunity. So now I know that you were previously doing insurance before. Had you ever had any experience with leads before, or were you working leads?
No, never worked leads in my life. Actually, I was told not to work leads. I was actually told work leads didn't work. So when I came over here, I looked at leads. I'm like, what am I doing and what am I buying? And I had to learn
Right.
that.
That makes sense. So you were actually told not to do leads. So now that you've been here for 90 days, how do you feel about leads now?
I think leads are one of the best generating of income possible. Here's why: you're actually looking at people that actually want what you have.
Right.
They're reaching out to you to get what you have. So it's like it's easy.
Absolutely. Because you're not bugging your friends and family. You're not trying to prospect throughout, different, like when you're out and about trying to find it. Not necessarily that that's not an avenue, but it's nice that it's repeatable, right? I've heard before where it's like, I can have a $20,000 or $30,000 a month of issue paid business, and then I can repeat it the next month again and again, and I could just go higher and higher because I have the leads that are accessible. So I think it's safe to say you probably don't view leads as necessarily an expense or a bill, more as like an investment, right?
Oh,
Something
leads are
that's close.
definitely, yeah, leads are definitely an investment. I mean, you look at your portfolio, the more leads you have, that means the most people you got to get in front of. So that's going to be a dynamic resource for those who are looking to come to FFL or just looking to make a move. I mean, the more leads you have, the more people you're gonna be able to help out, and you can help yourself as well.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. So last month, how much did you end up issue paying business? What was your last month's volume?
Personal or team?
Personal. Let's go with personal first.
Personal. Oh my gosh, over $23,000.
Nice. There you go. So over $23,000.
Yes.
And what do you feel were the top three things that you needed to do to get yourself to that level? Because I know that now that you've hit that level, you will definitely not be going lower than that. I know you have a lot bigger goals and a lot higher reach that you're going for, but that 20K month is really a good milestone. Most people, they say, 90 days to 20K. You did it in really about 60 days.
Mhm.
So what I'd like to know for other people watching is, what are the things that you would contribute to being able to hit that 20K mark quickly?
Patience, being patient with yourself. Number
Okay,
two, understanding the concept what we have here at FFL, and studying your craft. If you can study the
perfect.
craft, if you can study the craft of what we do here, it's going to be an easy run to 20K.
So can you elaborate? I really appreciate you saying that. Can you elaborate on that a little bit when you say like study your craft? What are some key things that you do or you could advise other people that are wanting to hit that 20K mark?
Easy. Get with the person who actually brought you into FFL. Study every video possible. Go to every phone dial possible to listen to what every leader is saying. You got to remember, you want to duplicate those who already did it before you, right? So what you want to do is listen to the key things they're saying, actually get you to 20K. It's very, very simple to do. Just be patient with yourself. Go listen. Go to every single live call you can go on because it'll get you over every objection as possible.
Perfect. I think that's huge right there is the objections, right? The phones are a big thing. I know we've talked about that in depth of, the phones are such a big part of this business, right? But so let's dive in on, the building side a little bit. So you guys hit sales manager. What did you guys end up finishing at for the month?
Over 54,000, almost 55,000 for the month. And
Yes.
that's a big accomplishment for those people who just come into the business less than a month in the business to do that.
Absolutely. A month in the business. And so you've hired 24 licensed agents so far.
Yes.
11 of them are writing business.
Yes.
And I know that is a big thing for you as why Family First Life attracted you so well, because it's not always what, what's a platform can do for you, but what can it do for the people that you're bringing on. Right.
Correct.
So what do you feel like it has been some big wins as far as the team? What's made it easier for you guys to to transition over here?
The communication is key. Simple communication. I think once I came on board and once I began to get new people aboard with me, it was always the constant communication between FFL Aspire and myself and Team Valor. We always communicated almost every single day to ensure that everyone was in the position they need to be in to win. I think here, once you got it going and once you go through the appointment stages, you guys made it so simple to go through. It was a 1, 2, 3-step process.
Yeah, absolutely. I really appreciate you saying that, because I know that for you guys, it was what I see new agents doing or people who are coming over that want to build is this paralysis by analysis. They want to figure out how every little thing works. They want to reinvent the wheel. And one thing that I'd say with you guys is you've just been like, what do I need to do? Point me in the right direction. Tell me what to do. I will do it. All right. Okay. How many leads do I need to buy? Done. I've done that. Okay. Where do I need to go? Do I need to go on travel trip? Done. I'll do that. So being coachable is such a huge thing. I could say with that, that has really been, also not living in that fear, right? You're like, I'm here to do this. You've seen so many people. I mean, you went to the conference, I saw you at sales conference, the convention. So you guys are there. You guys are ready to go. I have no doubt you guys are going to be soaring through this. Now, a couple other things that I want to bring up is, what do you feel like? We talked about all the wins, right? We talked about all the great things that are going on. So what do you feel like was maybe your top 2 hurdles or struggles when you came over here that you really needed to, adjust?
Getting out of the old mindset of doing business, getting out of the archaic system that I had before that really didn't work. Also being able to listen, putting your ego in your back pocket. You're coming from another IMO, you're doing a very good thing, a good deal with yourself, right? So you think you know everything. Really,
Right.
reality is you don't know everything because you're going to a whole different platform. And that platform is very different from the one you came from. Right? It may seem similar, but it's very different. So once I came over and understood that this platform was different, I was like, wait a minute. You mean to me I can make X amount of dollars by doing this, this, and this instead of doing that, that, and that? You guys made it so simple for me to adjust to the platform within the first 15 days of being in the business. I fell forward really hard for 15 days. How about that?
And quickly, right? Because it was like, okay, this isn't working. Why? And I really appreciate you saying that, because that's what I see a lot of people do, especially when they come over from a different company, is they try to come to the new, a new platform with the same mindset and the
Right.
same practices. And the reason why you came over to a different company is because what you were doing wasn't working. right? Not necessarily that you, but for somebody else that it wasn't working, right? So if there's a reason why you're coming over a new platform, having that new, being open to changing and not being stuck in your way.
Right.
This business opportunity here that, Sean, Mike, and all of corporate and everybody have created, and all, the Matt Smiths and John Whitmores and all them, that Andrew Taylor, that have really paved and helped pave the way. I mean, I know for myself, just when I started, we didn't even have, and I've only been here for 2 years, we didn't have the instant internet leads, right? We didn't have that. And the opportunity that you can get contracted in a couple days, get on the phones, we can buy leads, get them instantly, get on the phones, start dialing, even set an appointment that day or the next day, go out, help a family, get paid 48 hours later.
Correct.
It's huge, and it's just on repeat, right?
Yeah.
So for anybody that's watching this that is with a different company or has just left and is over with Family First Life, but maybe it's not really working for them, what would you say to that person that's watching? Like, hey, I want to be, Dr. Edward Burns Jr., he's doing this and he's having a lot of success. What would you say to them?
Be patient with yourself. Remember, it's not about you. It's about we are a commission. I mean, the NFL family is a very big commission. Understanding our mission, understanding why we're doing this, and understanding that when I came over here, it wasn't about me. I was already making 10 grand a month. It wasn't about me. It's about those who was looking up to me. How can I get them paid the right way? How can I get them to where they want to be in their family, where they want to be? And once I went out looking for an opportunity for everyone else, then I actually found my purpose.
Yeah.
My purpose wasn't about me. It was about me helping everyone else who should have come after me make the decision for themselves and their families.
Absolutely. I'm so glad that you said that, because I couldn't agree with you more. When you get to the point of like service and like where you're thinking about everybody else and how it's going to be, yeah, it's great to be in a platform that you're doing really well. But when you look around and the people that are supposed to be your team, and, you're cheering for them and they're struggling, it doesn't feel very good. Right. But if you can find a platform where, like Family First Life has, where it's like, you can just help everybody else get to where they're desiring to be and what they're going to work for. And then you get rewarded so beautifully for helping them, and it feels really good, because it isn't like you're getting, this nice pay where everybody else is struggling. So I really appreciate that you getting on here. Last thing that I want to ask you is, so we are the very beginning of April. This is 2021. You guys hit sales manager. I'd like to know some of your guys' goals before we get off of here. What are your goals, personal wise, team wise? I know you love goals. I want to hear them.
Oh my gosh. My goal is this month to do 50 KIP this month.
50,000 personal production.
Personal production, and we're going for vice presidency in April. We're going to try to bypass we're not trying anything. We're just going to do it. We're going to bypass senior sales manager and hit vice president this month in April. And the reason for that is because we believe there's no limit on our income, limit on our creativity, no limits on our dreams. We believe that we can do all things that we have strength enough to do. And we really appreciate, Aspire, FFL, the entire commission for giving us the opportunity to come over here and actually blaze a new trail and break all type of records. We thank you for that.
Awesome. I love that. So vice president, 150,000, do 50,000 personal productions. That's helping getting your team to do 100,000 outside of you. Right. Everything that you speak it ends up being, or you come really close to it. So I have no doubt that won't be where you're at. So you guys hear it again. This is, we've got Dr. Edward Burns Jr. on here. This is the Who Do You Aspire to Be podcast. If this is something that you are looking for, if you have, you're struggling, you feel like, why not me? Reach out to us. We're here to answer any questions. And again, who do you aspire to be? Thank you guys.
Thank you.